The biggest lie they ever told you was that successful people are fearless.
Is there anybody 50 Cent fears? Ever? Historically in life?
Now, all of the situations, if you don't have fear, then you're not smart. Then you just not acknowledging danger.
All right.
At that point.
I learned that in the 50th law.
Nah, yeah, but you just not, you stupid. Then you're not scared of nothing. So you watch that guy that just has zero fear and say, yeah, we can get him. He tough. We're gonna have a hard time chewing on him, but we're gonna get him.
These people are not fearless. They're just using fear better than you. The bravest people are most afraid. Afraid of being nothing, afraid of losing things that are important to them.
I'll tell you what freedom is to me. No fear. I mean, really, no fear. If I could have that half of my life, no fear. Lots of children have no fear.
See, y'all think fear is weakness, but you know who loses first? The person without fear. A person without fear underestimates reality. Without fear, you have no sense of urgency.
Sometimes, especially I see this in students, they research a lot and they can get critical paralysis in the sense that too much thinking can inhibit your creativity.
Fear is a paradox. The crazy thing about fear is it can keep someone from trying, but at the same time, it guarantees you the result of failure if you don't try. Bill the Butcher from Gangs of New York.
You know how I stayed alive this long? All these years? Fear. The spectacle of fearsome acts.
He talks about how he uses fear against other people, but he is also in fear, and that becomes his strength. Walter should also be scared, and him not being scared works against him.
Mr. Bill Cutting is attempting to draw me into an argument that would no doubt end in bloodshed and the compromising of my office. Let's see if we can resolve our grievances the democratic way.
Nobody with fear would turn their back on a man like Bill the Butcher. Bill's fear of Walter made Bill more dangerous than Walter's fearlessness. You can't wait until you're ready, especially if you have a vivid imagination, because that gives fear more time to enter your mind. You start creating scenarios that don't even exist. The greatest advice I've ever gotten when it comes to fear was a combination of two people. Mike Tyson says,
fear is my friend. I love fear. Fear allows me to reach my highest potential. The fear of failing is an illusion.
Yeah.
Fear is an illusion, but we have to have desire. We have to have something that pushes us. Fear pushes us. Whatever we do in the sports, life, and when you don't have that feeling no more, it's over. When you don't get that fear no more, it's over.
Yeah.
Make friends with fear. And Don Cherry says,
folded, you know, and sometimes I remember Don, my dad, being with young musicians who were wanting to impress him. And quite often he would just tell them to just don't worry. Don't play, you don't have to do a big solo, just play one note.
This reminds me, one day I was in the jazz school, and it was the first ensemble lesson, and I was terrified because I did not know anything about jazz. I was coming from the piano, classical piano, and that's exactly what my teacher said. She was like, "Angela, don't worry, just play one note." And I was like, okay. And I remember playing so do, 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 and watching the piano, and everyone was like, "Yeah, you're doing great." And I think there's something scary about jazz because it requires, of course, a lot of knowledge of the music, of the theory. It have to be easy because you have to just go through what you want to say, what you want to show, and if you're only playing one note, if you really believe in it, everyone will listen to it and like it. And I think this is what jazz is to me. It's there is this idea of a lot of technique, but when you leave it behind, it's actually about being really free.
tell you what freedom is to me. No fear, no fear, no fear, no fear.
Some philosophers say courage is the most important of all the virtues, because without courage, you can't practice any other virtue consistently.
Just play one note. Once you acknowledge fear, it's no longer a cage, it becomes a tool. When you reduce it to one action, like playing one note, posting one video, writing one sentence, doing one push-up, it puts you in the game immediately. It gets you started. And the fear, it kind of dissipates from there.
If you try to be perfect, you're going to mess up. Just be. And if you're serious when you practice and you're for real about it, when you come to play, instead of thinking, I'm gonna be perfect, think, I'm gonna be for real. Gerry Mulligan, once I was interviewing a bunch of musicians, I asked him, how do you play a great solo? That was the radio show. He said, I don't know how you play a great one, but I can tell you how to not play a great one. Walk up to the microphone saying, I'm gonna play a great one.
So I have a confession. I've done a lot of work behind the scenes, filming, editing, writing. I did it for other people. I never wanted to talk in front of the camera. I was afraid to do it. Then I said to myself, I have all these ideas and all these things that I wrote. Why don't I just make one video? And I made one video. I decided maybe I'll put out another video. Then I did another video. And it just led to more and more videos until I started getting responses about my work. I really wasn't afraid of failing. I was afraid of people seeing me fail. Action creates confidence. That I needed to take a leap of faith first.
You have to choose to have faith for no reason, without proof, and without anything. If you do that, then you can act, which is the second level of the thing. And then once you can act, then you become confident. See, people think that they can't act until they become confident. And it's not true at all. It's part X just wanting to paralyze them. Yeah, and your confidence isn't about any one result. That's a disaster to look at it like that. The confidence comes because you know you're going to repeat the pattern over and over and over.
The great thing about it is if fear is in your imagination, then the cure to fear is in reality. If it's living in your imagination all alone, then it just grows and grows and grows. But once you take action, reality dominates imagination. Fear doesn't mean stop. It means something matters. The bravest people are most afraid. Being brave is just better fear. I can make you look, but I can't make you see. Seeing is a choice. If you want to support the channel, please become a member. This is Brian from The King's Hand. If you like this content, please make sure you subscribe and like the video.
The appointed hand of the king.